Welcome back to my channel, Tech Talks with Manju. Today we'll be looking at how to create a VPN connectivity, site-to-site VPN connectivity from Azure to AWS. So I'm gonna keep the architecture diagram very simple. So there's a VM in Azure and there's a VM in EC2, okay, which is on AWS. So now this EC2 should communicate with Azure via site-to-site connectivity. To do so, we need a virtual gateway on the Azure and local gateway to be configured with the details of AWS gateway details. Okay, so basically I have an EC2 which has internet gateway that will be connected to Azure. Okay, so let's see this on the portal. Okay, so right now I have a complete resource group for a virtual machine in which I'll be able to see the virtual machine. So I have taken an RDP of that particular virtual machine here. Okay, and I have an particular AWS virtual machine also here, okay, which is running right now here, okay, with the IP address 172. This is a private IP address. It's 172.31.45.6, and for the server which we have right now, it is of the private IP address 10.0.0.4. okay, so with this we will be able to connect these virtual machines each other with the site-to-site. So to do so, we need a particular virtual network gateway. We need to create a virtual network gateway. While we are creating a virtual network gateway, so it usually shows up a public IP address, and which after creating a virtual network gateway, we need to create a local network gateway. So this local network gateway should have a specific AWS details which is coming from the site-to-site VPN connection from AWS. Basically, you have to go ahead and create a VPN connection here. While you're creating your VPN connection, you will be asking for a few of the details in which you have to fill in a specific static IP. Okay, for example, if I'll try to create and show you, okay, you just have to give this name. Okay, it should be a private gateway, and then you have to select what of the gateway it is created. Also, you have to create a customer gateway here. So you have to create a customer gateway and you have to make it as static, and you have to give that specific static IP prefix which will be communicating with your customer. Okay, so if I'll show you this particular thing here which I've created on the VPN connection. Okay, so here we have a customer gateway. On this particular customer gateway, we have a specific condition of 112.60.150, which is deriving from this particular virtual network gateway. Okay, this is the IP of this. That's why we have given here. Okay, you have to attach this particular customer gateway to your virtual private gateway. Once you create a virtual private gateway with the details, you will be able to attach to the VPN, and you can attach this VPC to this VPN here. So now you need a particular tunnel details. Once you do this, you can even download the configuration file with the platform details. Okay, so you can just download this here, and you'll be getting a VPN details into this exe file. Okay, so here we have all the tunnel details. Okay, so here the very important thing which we needed for this is a private and public IP address which will be coming for this. Okay, so here in this you can go ahead and see what VPC has been attached. It should be your particular EC2 VPC. Okay, so once you have configured or you have got all the details of this, basically you can go ahead and particularly update those details here. Okay, so I was trying to show you. Okay, so the VPN details, basically it will have a particular customer gateway and a virtual private gateway. This is very important to configure it on our Azure. So you have to take this and you have to update it onto the local network gateway. Okay, so this is what we have done, and basically on the configuration wise we have added our particular network details. Okay, so which has been configured, which address space is being communicated right now with this gateway has been updated. So it is basically of a VPC detail which we have configured. Okay, so these details we have configured here. Once the local gateway has been created, now we just have to go to the VPN and we have to create a connection out from there. Okay, so here in the connection I have added all those things by creating a particular network details. Okay, so it has to be site to site while you're creating, and you have to give the name, and settings you have to select those particular things. Okay, so once you have done with that, basically you will be able to connect that, and that connection will establish here. Okay, so it says connected and you will be able to see the data flowing in and out here. Okay, so to do the testing, before doing the testing you have to even add the route to your EC2. Okay, so when you have selected a specific VPC, for that VPC there will be a route table. So on the route table you have to attach your particular gateway. Okay, so you have to forward the 10.series gateway, whatever the Azure network is there, you have to feed in here. Make sure that this goes through a virtual gateway, not rather than the internet gateway. Okay, so this is the condition. It is very important. Without adding this it will not happen. So once you have connected this, basically you will be able to ping the on-premises one. Okay, so this is all about. So let me ping this. So okay, so basically it is taking directly as 04, though I have not put the data. Even I'll be able to take the RDP, the protocol, if it is enabled. Okay, RDP from this particular source, I'll be able to take that RDP also. Okay, so it gave me an RDP connection also here. So likewise I can go to a specific on-premises server. Okay, so it is inside this particular virtual. I have taken an RDP on the Azure virtual machine on the AWS server. Okay, so if you see all those network details and all, you will be able to see those details. You see this, right? So Microsoft Azure adapter, I have taken the RDP of that on the AWS server. This is how the VPN site-to-site connectivity works. Okay, this is it for this particular video. Thank you so much.